What is up, homies? Christian back at it again with another Twin Sons action figure close-up, and today I have for us the Hasbro 6-inch Black Series Heroes of Endor Princess Leia Organa. Sort of here to round out this trilogy of figures, and it seems to be an amazing trilogy so far, so let's hope the consistency stays. Starting with the plastic prison, we got the Endor Green on the Return of the Jedi. On this side, we got some nice Leia artwork. No helmet here, even though she comes with a helmet. So some consistency would have been cool right there, but either way, very nice artwork. The back of the box, she is number 3 in the Return of the Jedi lineup. Princess Leia Organa rendezvoused with the Rebel fleet and helped organize a plan to destroy the Empire's new Death Star. They would head to Endor and knock out the space station's shield generator. Art again here. Lawyer speak down here. Window here. And on the top as usual. But we're not here to see the box, right? We're here to see what's inside. So let's take a look. And here she is in all of her royal goodness. And right off the bat, really good coloring on the poncho and on the pants. Really liking this figure already. And just like the Luke Skywalker one, the helmet is removable. And the poncho doesn't close all the way in the back. So let's take a look at it. So, starting with the face here, pretty good looking Carrie Fisher likeness. Not the best we've seen from Hasbro, but still good enough to do the job. You can tell who it is. It's supposed to be Princess Leia. The helmet looking really good, just like Luke's. It's got all the dings and the dents and the potch marks and the dirt. I really like this red and yellow circle up here. The brown leather, the straps here looks good. Just very good looking helmet. They have that sculpting in the back. I don't think it's complete reuse because they're two different sized heads. I'll have to try swapping out the helmets to see if they're the exact same. But overall pretty good. And we can take it off. Let's see, the strap comes under the chin. You just shake it off, and I don't know what it is, but taking it off just made it look a lot better. Like it actually looks like Carrie Fisher now at that time. The hair is that really nice Endor hairdo where she's got the braids that lead to the buns in the back. Sculpted really nicely. Would have been nice to see a dry brush, like a wash. They did that with Hans, so I don't know why they didn't do that with her. I guess maybe they just assumed people would actually just leave the helmet on. But at that point, why bother doing the hair at all? So, looks good still though. I like it. Face printing, really done well. The eyes look great, the lips look good. One of the main issues here already is just that flying squirrel effect from the poncho. The hood is stitched down on this one. Would have been nice if it came out, but I get it. Would have been really loose if it came out, and the hood would have been really massive. But again, with just this, I don't know why they didn't just have the belt wrap around, because it would have looked a lot better with like an actual poncho like this. But again, just opens up here. For some reason, it's almost not gonna say stitched together, but I guess just the way it packed, it just wants to fold like this, which makes it look a little bit better than Luke's, because Luke's was just flying around out of the box. Still not the best though. I really like the colors on it though. The greens really pop out. It's brighter than Luke's, which I like. It really distinguishes the two of them. I mean, the holster on here looks nice. The buckle is nice and painted. I like the green blue that they did for the belt. And they have another pouch here. It's even a little sculpt there. And there's some, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. There's actually some ridges on the strap, which look really nice. But let's take this poncho off so we can see what's underneath. This may be a little harder than Luke's. I'll get back to you guys when I get it off. All right, so it just took me a few more seconds, but I figured it out. This pouch actually doubles as the clip. I really like that. That's really good design. I like how they hide it there instead of just having it in the back. It would have been hidden, but it's just really cool when they can hide it in something like that. So we'll undo that, take that off, and we'll just slide it over her head. And here she is. So the first thing, obviously, the poncho hides is this waist gap. I don't know why there's such an extreme waist gap there. We've never seen that before on a Hasbro figure, even when there's soft goods hiding it. So I don't know what happened here, or if it's just a my figure thing. If you have this figure, let me know if yours has that waist gap there too, because that is, wow, that does not look good. But the rest of her looks good. So this is her General Leia outfit that we see her in, and it looks really good. Hasbro always does a good job with the cloth. I really like the colors of this like over vest tunic thing. I like how it has this like badge here. The blue and the black is painted on very cleanly too. For some reason, there's something about like right in her collar that does not look clean. Right there, it just seems very plasticky. And I know it's made out of plastic, but Hasbro usually does a good job with cloth without it looking like straight up plastic. So maybe it's just the single paint app there. It could have been a different color or something, but I don't like that very top collar. But you're not really gonna be looking at it when you're looking at this figure. You're gonna be looking at the rest of this. I do have a little bit of paint bleed right here. You can see onto the tunic, but that's a mileage may vary. One yours probably won't have that. She's got pouches on her shirt. Kind of an odd place to put a pouch. Back is pretty plain. Got a little bit of sculpting work on the top here. You can see a little bit of sculpting here just to make it look like cloth. Her pants, pretty plain, but look good. The nice stripe there. Single jointed knees, so this is all new sculpting. You can tell too because it's got this new elbow cut out here, which is nice. She's wearing a bracelet here, and the boots are looking pretty good too. They always do a good job with leather boots. It actually looks like leather. Obviously doesn't feel like it, but they do that sculpting work that leather has. You can see as the light is catching it. Like that texture that leather always has. They give it a good sheen. They make the leather fold, like in spots where actual leather boots would fold. So that's where Hasbro always knocks it out of the park. Did a good job there. Now let's go over her articulation. For the head, we got down. A little bit of up, but those braids in the back kind of stop it. So you can see like moving forward. A bit of up tilt, maybe to look at Han or something, but nothing. She's not gonna be looking at the ceiling or anything. Swivel left, swivel right. We do get tilt. Always love seeing tilt on a figure. And it is the single, oh no, there is a joint at the bottom. It's very stiff, but you can see the movement right there, that it does exist. So she can really look down between those two. She can look straight at the floor, just not the ceiling. For her shoulders, we go up to just 90, all the way around. No forearm swivel, no top arm swivel. There is a forearm swivel, sorry. The elbows get straight to 90, maybe a little over, maybe like 92 degrees, but just 90, we'll call it 90. I really like these elbows though. They look really good. It looks very natural right there. For her wrist, her shooting hand gets an up and down swivel. Not too much of a swivel, but it is there. For her other arm, pretty much all the same articulation. Seems like my elbow got turned around in the package. Same articulation, her little, oh. Because the elbow is turned around, I don't even see that this bracelet is a watch or a communicator. So, nice little black paint up there. And this arm, as standard, is left and right hinged. For this torso, let's hope we get a lot of articulation for that gap. No. Straight, down, barely any down. A lot of back, not as much as we've seen in other figures. So I really don't understand why this torso is like this. It's not even like it's been giving us a ton of extra articulation. I'd say it's pretty standard maybe even kind of substandard articulation, to be honest. Leans, swivels. So it's decent articulation, but nothing out of this park for this huge of a gap. Oof, look at that though. That is what I like to see. The hips come all the way up to 90. She can do a high kick on a stormtrooper or something, you know. Looking really good. That's what all figures should have. That thigh swivel. But like we saw with Han before her, the thigh swivel's gonna have to angle your photos to hide it when you're using it because those pants gonna misline that stripe. We've got this nice new single jointed knee. You guys know how much I love these knees. Gets to 90, which is all you really need. You can still nail a crouching pose, you know? And I mean, just look how much better that looks. No awkward kneecap in the middle. She doesn't need to kick her own booty. I'll sacrifice. I love articulation, but I'll sacrifice a little bit for a vastly improved sculpt like this, and the way it completely hides the knee when she's standing straight. Like, no awkward knee breakups, no pegs on the outside, no weird kneecap. I'll definitely take these knees any day of the week. And for the ankle, standard Hasbro swivel rocker. So decent articulation, but I think she's definitely going to be wearing this poncho. Even though it doesn't look the greatest, it looks a lot better than that hole in her waist. It's just a real eyesore being able to see that peg right there. If you crunch it all the way forward and angle it right, you can hide it. But if she's standing at attention and you're looking at it straight on, you can see my finger beyond it. So that's not the greatest. And as you can see, she is Carrie Fisher height. She's a very tiny figure. So in terms of accessories, comes with the helmet, comes with the poncho, and she comes with her iconic blaster. Blaster is looking good. Let me get that little piece of fuzz off of it. But as you guys can see, a lot of sculpt work on here. They put some divots, rivets on the actual pistol grip. They actually sculpted an outer layer. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. Yeah, it is right there. They sculpted like an outer layer of a pistol grip, like how some of them would have like wood panels glued to the side or something. Or in this case, riveted into the side. They actually sculpted that in there, which is really cool to see. They sculpted on both sides. They put a little silver tip there on the exhaust port and where the actual blaster bolt comes out. They sculpted in like some cooling rods or heat coils or something. I don't know what it would be, but it's looking good. Actually, I don't know if this is like an iron sight. Yeah, they actually sculpted on the sights, and that's looking really nice. I like this little rivet up here too. Kind of looks like an old German gun if you just take this off, you cover it, which I know they did a lot of things like that when filming Star Wars. They took actual guns and stuff and just added on some space things. So like this port. Looking really good here. But if we get her poncho, does it fit in the holster? Yes, it does. Kind of got to finagle it in there, but the actual shooting port comes out down here, and the grip fits in there perfectly. Looking really nice in there. I like it when they can fit in there, but it doesn't matter if it fits in the holster and how good it looks if she doesn't hold it well. So let's try that out. Very tight fit, which I like to see. It means it's not going to fall out as easily. It's just a little bit harder to get in there the first time around. But as you can see, she holds it very nicely. She really grips that pistol tight. Finger goes right through the trigger. Doesn't fall out at all or anything. And mine's actually pretty straight. This seems like something that could come out bent. If it does, just heat it up with a blow dryer or hold it over some boiling water and it'll straighten itself back out. So she's looking really good. that elbow, between the shoulder and the elbow. She can hold the pistol pretty high out. Make that wrist put in a little work too. She is looking really good. Now, we gotta get all these guys together to see how they look together for a group shot. So we got Leia there. How does she size up with Mr. Solo? I don't know why I said it like that. But looking real good size comparison there. And how does she look with her brother? He is right here. Don't mind his lightsaber, it's a little bent. But these guys are looking great together. So, obviously, if you have the other two figures, you need this Leia to round it out. I'm gonna put her poncho back on her before I put her on the shelf. These guys look great together. Really good. If you like Princess Leia, this is another outfit we have for her now. One we haven't had before. We've had a couple of her Hoth ones, but never Return of the Jedi one before. Well, I guess technically we've had the Slave Leia, but that was like the very first run. Figure did not look that good, and it's very hard to find now. So it's nice to see another Return of the Jedi Leia, and one that's a bit more family friendly for the shelves, if you would. But gotta say, hard recommend on this figure. It's a very nice figure. The only problem is just that waist gap, but let's be honest, you're probably gonna display it with the poncho anyway because it's iconic to this look. Looks really good. Let me know if you guys have this trilogy of figures in the comments down below. Till next time, Merry Christmas. May the Force be with you.